get people's engagement that way. Same with Twitter, and possibly leading to a blog or something like that. These are all measurable things that you can do to figure out how engaged your audience is with your specific advertisement. One other one that we've seen a lot that we really like to see is a button which people set up so that it automatically adds a reminder about when a show is going to be on or when a movie comes out in theaters. It adds a reminder to your calendar, which is obviously very valuable to entertainment advertisers because they want you to remember to watch their entertainment. So, a word on post-click engagement. If you're considering getting into mobile advertising, this is something that tends to come as a second-order thought. Once you have your really nice mobile ads, you have to lead people somewhere. They have to click on that ad and be able to go somewhere. And so I want to make a point about mobile landing pages. It's critical that if you do a mobile advertising campaign, your ads cannot go to a regular internet website. And that BlackBerry shows you why. Imagine trying to go to a regular internet website on that screen. It won't work, it'll look bad, it'll take a very long time to load. If it has flash, you're not even going to see anything. And so for any number of reasons, it's just important that if you're beginning to think about mobile advertising, that you also be thinking about mobile landing pages. The good news is that mobile landing pages are very simple and very easy to create. So this Porsche mobile landing page here, this is a perfect example of what works really well on mobile. It's simply pictures of their products with prices and a call to action at the bottom saying find a dealer. That's a really valuable call to action. When you click on that, it'll show you a dealer nearby, and then it'll allow you to call directly from your phone right then and there. That's really valuable to a dealer because then they can say, well, hey, come in, get a test drive, and they can try to sell you that way. The one in the right, the red one in the center there, which is about a movie. All it really has is a video and some links to see more photos and to get showtimes. That's really all a movie advertiser needs. So getting it down to its simplest point is actually very effective in this medium. With partners like 2Ergo is one company locally that can build these for you. You can actually have a mobile landing page up and running in a very short amount of time and with a very small investment. So I would strongly encourage you to think about this if you're considering a mobile advertising campaign. However, if you don't have a mobile landing page, don't despair. It's extremely easy to get into mobile advertising. One very easy way is exactly what M&M's did here. They had ads, as you can see on the left side, that went straight to their M&M's Facebook page. Facebook did the work for them. Facebook already works on mobile phones. And people there could sign up as Facebook followers of M&M's, which, as you know, brands really care about Facebook followers nowadays. So all they had to do for this campaign was produce a few banners and some URLs. And that was all they needed to do to get thousands of followers on the Facebook page. One really exciting way that you can engage people after they click on your ad, which I actually believe would work very well in this specific market, is click to call. This is a case study from Adidas in the United States. What they did was they had banners on the mobile internet that led to a landing page that was about Kevin Garnett, who is a basketball superstar in the United States. All it really had was a picture of Kevin Garnett, a little bit of information, and a link that if you clicked on it, your phone would actually call a phone number. And it said, call Kevin Garnett. What would happen then is you would reach an answering machine, which was recorded by Kevin Garnett, saying, hey, thank you for calling. You should check out Adidas's new website at www.whatever. I'm going to send you a text message in a few minutes. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. People who called liked it so much that 18% of them called back. So even though it was the same message. So this is the kind of thing where you can get people extremely engaged with a minimal investment and with a very small amount of effort. Imagine this with a football superstar. It would work the exact same way. If you decide to go for a slightly more complicated mobile website, this is sort of what that would look like. It's really not all that much more complicated, but it's a little flashier and it'll work on any device, and it'll take just a little bit longer than the simpler ones that we talked about earlier, but still very small time investment. typically what these types of landing pages do, and this one is promoting a new cell phone, is you can just link to read information about the product, see the features, find a store near you. If your phone is GPS enabled, you don't even have to type anything in, it'll just tell you. And do things like watch videos. And again, videos can work on most devices. An example of an advertiser who used this strategy very successfully is Land Rover. So they had just a very nice looking, mobile banner which you could click on to go to what was a pretty nice mobile landing page. And what I love about this, and what agencies love about this, and what their clients love about this, is that it gives them so many measurable things to take back to their client about how engaged the audience was. This landing page delivered 45,000 views of videos about Land Rover on devices like BlackBerry. People, who knows, on a train, on a bus, just messing around, watching a video about Land Rover. 128,000 views of their photos. And then, almost most importantly, 1,100 click-to-calls. That was 1,100 people calling actual dealerships, potentially becoming leads who were going to set up test drives and then who would potentially after that actually buy Land Rovers. So there's just so many measurable things in mobile, which makes it a very nice medium. One thing we've seen a lot of, which we also really like a lot because it works extremely well, is brands creating iPhone or Android apps as branding. So in this example, MasterCard created an app which would allow you to open the app and see businesses around you that MasterCard recommended, such as restaurants or hotels, and where you could use your MasterCard. This is a very powerful piece of branding because the app is good enough that people don't even think about the fact that it's MasterCard. They just open it up to use it because it has useful recommendations. Every time they do that, they're seeing the MasterCard brand, they're getting value from the MasterCard brand, they continually come back to it over and over again. And so that makes this an extremely powerful type of branding, which we've seen many, many companies do this to very powerful effect. We even had a paint company, which is not the most exciting sounding type of company, right? What they did was they had an app that would allow you to take a picture of anything and then click on the part of the picture that had a color that you liked, and then it would show you what color paint they sold that matched that color and where you could buy it. And that one got into the top 15 apps in the App Store. So that's the kind of thing that can be extremely powerful branding, even for totally non-tech companies. And then on the highest end, if you want to create a really, really rich landing page, this is the sort of thing you can do, what Honda did here. You can have a swipeable photo gallery, for example. And this one actually also had the option to play a video, which I can't play right now, but essentially it turned the phone into a TV and it played a real-life commercial on the phone, which on an iPhone, on an Android, looks great. And it's most likely the only video that that user is going to see on that phone on that day. And so essentially you get 100% share of voice with that rich media. There's no one competing with you. It's not like TV where there's 10 commercials in a row. You're the only one. So the things that I would like to get across today, and which I hope I've communicated, are that, first of all, we believe very strongly that the mobile internet is a really large untapped opportunity in Argentina. We know that it's being used by a lot of people. We know that the opportunity to reach eyeballs is growing practically exponentially. And we know that every single demographic is involved in the mobile internet. As I just demonstrated with some of those case studies that we went over, and you can find many more on our website, the mobile internet is extremely effective for both brand and direct response advertisers, and it's also very cost effective. And then finally, it's really easy to get started. It's really easy to get started. All you need to do is a couple of things. First is decide what you're going to do with mobile. Are you going to do branding, and in that case probably use some rich media? Are you going to do lead generation, in which case you may want to consider a CPC campaign? Would you like to advertise a promotion or send people coupons to get them to come into your store? Do you want to get people to sign up for your email newsletter or for your SMS loyalty alerts? Or do you want to drive, 10,000 new Facebook followers for a brand? You can do any of those on mobile, and there's a strategy for each one of those things, as well as many other things that I didn't put here. If necessary, all you need to do then is develop a mobile landing page. That's if necessary. In the case of things like Facebook, you can actually just send people directly to a Facebook page. In the case of things like if you have a video, you can actually just set up very, very easily a landing page that has an autoplay video, and that's it, and drive people to that. You can measure how many views you drove. A simple one takes very little time. So it's actually extremely easy to just do a test run, to just get started on that first one and see how it works before you make the time commitment to do something a little more complicated. Then develop your ads. Depending on what you'd like to do, this is usually actually very easy as well. It's just developing a few different variations of a few different sizes, which then an ad server can place on any type of mobile device. It's when you start getting into the really heavy, rich media that it gets a little harder. But again, just getting your feet wet the first time in mobile advertising is very, very simple. That's really all there is to it. So that's my presentation for the day. Thank you very much for having me and for listening to me. If anyone would like to see live demonstrations of those video ads or any of the other ad units, which we were only able to see animations of, I have a demo iPhone which I can show them to you on. So please find me, I'll be around. That's my email address and that's our website. Please feel free to email me for anything related to mobile advertising, and thank you very much.